At one stage in his career, Raheem Sterling was one of England's best footballers. He was shining for Manchester City. Then everything started to go downhill. He made a move to Chelsea, and in his first season he was quite poor. But as we move into his second season, he started off brilliantly, and it looks like the old Raheem Sterling is back. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and if you're old, welcome back. After an impressive 17 goals and 9 assists in the 21-22 season, Raheem Sterling got a move to another Big Six club, a switch he'd already made once before in his career, from Liverpool to Man City and now to Chelsea. The move would cost Chelsea €56.2 million. Manchester City made a $6 million loss on Raheem Sterling, but then you consider the fact he was at the club for 7 years. He played a total of 339 matches, scoring 131 goals and getting 95 assists, a Manchester City legend. But he's potentially jeopardised this legend status by moving to a rival and looking for a new challenge. So how did his first season at Chelsea go? Well, he played a total of 38 matches, he scored 9 goals and got 4 assists. Not very good, especially when you consider Chelsea finished 12th. Thomas Tuchel was sacked, Graham Potter was brought in, then Graham Potter was sacked, Frank Lampard was brought in. It was just absolute chaos at Chelsea. And Raheem Sterling was one of the players that suffered because of this, because his form was absolutely awful. In total in the Premier League, he only scored 6 goals, and in 2 separate matches he scored a brace, so he only actually scored in 4 Premier League games all season. There's definitely a lot of factors you can blame it on. The fact Chelsea were in utter chaos, nothing was going right at Chelsea, so you can't solely blame it on Raheem Sterling. Of course you can't. But at the same time, a player of his experience, who's done it at Manchester City, who's done it with England, you would expect him to be able to rise up when times get tough and him to stand out, him to start performing. He didn't do that. Sterling's only been at Chelsea for 12 months and he's already entering his 4th Chelsea manager, this time Mauricio Pochettino, who seems to be a big admirer of him, even though most Chelsea fans seem to have lost faith in Sterling. And straight away there has been an instant impact in Raheem Sterling. He's played 3 Premier League matches, he's got himself a brace versus Luton Town at home, so is it that impressive? But his performances have been very exciting. If you ask yourself, what is Raheem Sterling best at in his time at Liverpool, Manchester City, England, Chelsea, what is he best at doing? It's running at defenders and causing them problems. He's been allowed to do that at Chelsea in the last couple of games. Just look at Chelsea versus West Ham, for example. Again, Chelsea did lose, but they completely dominated, and Sterling was Chelsea's best player. He didn't have any shots, but he created a lot of chances, having a total of 6 crosses in the game, also attempting 7 dribbles, succeeding with 6. He also won Chelsea's penalty, which Enzo Fernandez would then miss. He was absolutely fantastic, really causing West Ham problems. You might be saying to me, that doesn't mean Sterling's back, it's one good performance. Well, he showed up against Luton Town as well, getting 2 goals for himself in a game. Chelsea won 3-0. He got man of the match, 2 key passes, 2 successful dribbles. So that's 2 good performances in a row from Raheem Sterling, where he's been Chelsea's best player. That is impressive. That is signs that he could potentially be back to his best, and Mauricio Pochettino has potentially saved his career at Chelsea at least. Raheem Sterling is still only 28. He's been around for years. He's been doing it at Man City. He was doing it at Liverpool at such a young age, but he's only 28. He still has another 4 or 5 years left in him. He's a little bit injury prone, but if he stays healthy, I do think he can succeed at Chelsea. And he could well finish his career with 200 Premier League goals. That's not a joke. He's currently on 117. If he stays consistent for the next 5 years, he'll probably reach 200 goals, which will put him down as one of the greatest Premier League wingers ever. It's such a crazy thing to consider that he could well score 200 Premier League goals, and he's one of the most hated players in the Premier League. He's so overhated because you look at him, when Raheem Sterling is firing, he is one of the best players in English football. He is an absolutely unbelievable player, and if he stays consistent for Chelsea, they're going to have one hell of a player. Chelsea need a goal scorer, and I think Sterling is going to be their top scorer in all competitions. I'm predicting him to get 30 goal involvements, whether that be goals or assists. I think he's going to have a fantastic season, and he's really going to show why Chelsea paid so much money for him, and he's going to prove everyone wrong. Or it could be one of those cases where it's a purple patch for Raheem Sterling. He plays terrible for the rest of the season, ends up on the bench, and finishes the season with 6 goals. We'll see at the end of the year. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is Raheem Sterling back? I do think he is. I think he could be back to his best. But let me know what you think. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. If you're old, why not become a channel member to support the channel that extra bit more? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.